So we're swiftly moving on to step 10 now, and step 10 we need our motor. Now the motor that came with the St. Dragon was a 540 motor, but it just happens I've got a torque tuned, so let's use that, shall we? So I'm going to put in my torque tuned motor. We're going to need the motor plate, which is this cardboard motor plate. We're going to need the aluminium motor mount, which is this guy here, which is really nice, isn't it? That's really, really nice. We're going to need a couple of the BA2s, which are the 3x6mm screws. That's those guys. So a couple of those. We're going to need our pinion gear. This is a 15 tooth pinion gear. And what I've already done ready is put the grub screw in here, look. So we've got this little grub screw, which is a BA5, a 3x3mm grub screw. So pop that in there ready, so it's not going to lose it. So a little bit of setting up we've got to do here. First of all, we've got to put in the plate, of course, onto here. So we've got to line these up so that the holes are lined up with the threaded holes so that we can put the motor mount on. This is going to go into the correct holes for 15 tooth, which will be, technically looking at this, will be across here. Okay, so it's this hole and this hole, so the two end holes. So that's going to go like that. Okay. In fact, it's going to go the other way around, like that. There we go. Okay. Then we're going to need to put our pinion onto our shaft, and we need to make a measurement from the plate, the aluminium plate, which is this section down here, and I can't get my fat fingers in on the plate, to the end of the pinion, and it needs to be 14.5mm. So I'm going to do that now. So there we go. So we pop our motor mount on, and we give that a tighten up like that. And then what we need to do is get our grub screw, and what I am going to do on here is, because this is metal onto metal, I am going to put a little bit of thread lock on the grub screw. I do that on all my, just a little bit. So pop that in, find the flat, and then once you've got it into position, screw that down so it touches the flat. And now we need a ruler. We need 14.5mm from the base. There we go. Damn, John, that is close. Do you know what? I actually think with the luck of with the luck there, I think I've got 14.5mm. That's unbelievable. Oh well, that's good. So nip that up, and there we are. That's step 10 completed. Okay, now we've got our motor done on step 10. We need to put the motor into our gearbox, and we do that by using some BA1s. These are the 3x20mm long machine screws. We also need a couple of these brass tubes. These are the BA16. Again, these are 4mm by 12.5mm long, and a couple of 3mm washers, BA7s, 2 of those. It's a simple case of putting this in and through. We've got to collect these 2 holes here and here. So we need to put our washers onto our machine screws. So there's one there, and one there, like that. And then we need to pop our spacers through there. and through there. Really straightforward, nice and easy. And then it's a case of putting our motor on and through and attaching onto this connection here and this connection over here. Very straightforward. And I'll tell you what I am going to do is, just to make it easier, I am also going to pop a little bit of thread locking fluid as well. So I'm going to just pop in this side first. That one and that one. There we go. That's done. Step 11 is completed. It's getting good. Okay, so we've built up our front and rear gearboxes. I've enjoyed putting these together. Really, really enjoyable, and something that a beginner can actually do. This really is quite a nice straightforward RC from Tamiya. So we need to move on to step 12, and for step 12, well, we need parts bag B. So I'm gonna empty out what I need on my tray. So as you can see, my tray here, a few other components that are left, but yeah, so I'm going to empty all these out, and we will then come back and gather the components for step 12, which is the rear axles, and yeah, we'll crack on. So here we are on step 12, and we've got our components out for step 12. So first things first, you'll see my bearings here ready, and I'm going to replace those horrible plasticky things, which Tamiya give you some more of. Yuck. Right, we got C1 components, so our rear axles. We've got the D1 components, which are going to be like the bottom arms. And we have got the axles themselves, which are BB15s. We need 2 of those, and 2 of these BB8s. These are screw pin. You can again put them up into the drawing to make sure you got the right ones, but they're the 3mm by 22mm long, and they've got a little bit of a thread at this end. Okay, so this one is nice and easy. A case of well, putting some bearings in our axles, which we're going to do now. You have to excuse me as my arm comes across to reach for my bearings. There we go. There we are. One in the bottom there, and one in there. Okay. We'll take our axle, and it does say put a bit of grease on the axle here. If you're using the plastic bearings, you would do, but yeah, I will put a little bit on there. I just need to make sure that it's we adhere to the, but yeah, there we go. So that goes in now and through. There we are. Okay, and then we take our D1 component, which will fit across here, and then we take one of these screw pins and replace this screw pin. And I do put just a touch of grease. I'll just put a little touch of the grease at this top end. You don't want this too greased up, because it attracts the dust. But you take this across here, and it is from this end through, all the way through, all the way through, and it should come through to the other side. And then what you do then is, once you're through there, you use a screw and screw that through. There we are. Just until it's nipped up. You should have a free moving axle. Right, got to do the other one. And that is step 12 completed.